Alright, so we're finally back with a brand new The Forge video. In today's video, we're going to figure out the best farming method for money in this game. And I have two methods that I want to test out in this video. Method number one is going to be killing enemies and then selling the essences and other things that you gather from the drops. This is probably still the best method in the game, but I also wanted to test out a farming method where you just farm ores and then either sell the ores or actually craft them up to armor and then sell the armor. This one is definitely going to take a bit more time, so keep that in mind. I think the option number one is still the better option. But without any further delays, let's actually get to farming, and then let's figure out which one is the better one. As you can see, we don't have any essences left or ores, so everything that we are going to be farming in the 30 minutes, you can see will add to the total, of course. Alright, I would say let's start the timer and let's begin our 30-minute farming session. Let me just reset it over here, and there we go, 30 minutes are starting now. So in order to keep this video as short as possible, I'm just going to show you really briefly each of the farm methods. Basically, for farm method number one, you want to farm in the volcanic area, kill the enemies, try to block their attacks and then just kill them. Or you could use the dodge method to just avoid them and then attack them over and over again, kill the enemies, gather the resources and rinse and repeat the same process over and over again. If you happen to die a lot like me, it is not that bad. You can just head back to the same spot and then rinse and repeat the same process. I definitely died quite a lot of times, and if you happen to be a bit better at the fighting in this game, then you can definitely make even more money than I did in this short amount of time. Alright, we're done with 30 minutes of farming essences as well as all of the other things we can get from this. So as you can see, we made 111 greater essences, 116 superior and 63 epic essences, alongside with 41 dark bone knight and 28 slime mites. So this is all of the things that we've basically farmed in our 30 minutes, and if we sell this now we get an additional 22,000. So with this farming method you can expect up to, I would say, around $60,000 to $100,000, depending on, of course, on how good you are with combat, because I'm absolutely garbage with it. So honestly, not a bad feat right here. We definitely made quite a bit of cash, so I'm quite happy with that. And now let's get to farming. This is going to be the second method for money I want to try out today. And without any further delays, we're going to head to our farming spot, which is going to be over here. I think this comes down to personal preference, but this is one of my favorite areas to farm because you can easily mine the basalt veins and it doesn't take too much time if you have a decent pickaxe. So without any further delays, let's get into this farming spree and let's set the timer to 30 minutes and let's hit play. Specifically for both of these methods, I didn't end up buying any potions because I wanted to try this completely without any sort of help. And especially if you want to farm cash, you probably don't want to end up spending some extra cash on potions. Theoretically speaking, you could do this as it's going to increase the output of items you will get, but then you also have to keep in mind the money that you end up spending on, well, potions and stuff. Basically for this mining spree, I just want to farm anything, so we're not really being picky about the ores that we're mining. Hopefully we get some good resources, and afterwards we're either going to sell the ores, which isn't the most efficient way. The more efficient way would be to craft these up to armor, which is definitely going to take up a bit more time. And also, even if we craft these up to armor, we're still going to end up making less money as far as I'm aware with this method, but we're going to put that to the test. So hopefully by the end of the video you will have a clear answer which is currently the best farming method for money. We're just gonna farm, and yeah, hopefully we can actually get some good stuff here. Yeah, let's just tally up all of the things that we mined here. We're gonna start with sapphire, rivalite. Okay, we didn't actually get much of that. Ruby. Actually, we also had one diamond prior, but I think I sold that one. Okay, so how much would we get for this? We would get 11,571, which actually that's not really good. That is not very good. So how about we try to turn this into some armor and then let's see how much we get. Don't worry about the money. I had to actually sell some other stuff, buy some more slots so I can fit all of the things that I just crafted. So don't get confused why we now have 187,000. So let's take these ones. What else did we craft? We crafted a bunch of chest plates, axes, and yeah, I mainly just wanted to craft the heavy stuff because it's worth the most. And there we go. So this is the total it comes down to, 21,000. So which one of the two is now the better farming method for money? Well, clearly option number one, where you have to fight the enemies, kill them, and then sell the essences and all the other stuff you get, is in my opinion the better option to farm money. To put it simply, it makes the most amount of money, you also get some experience points along the way, actually quite a bit experience points, and overall it just seems to be the most efficient way in my opinion to farm cash. Selling stuff and crafting isn't actually bad either. If you want to do a combination of both, you're probably going to have more fun than just killing enemies. At least that's what a lot of people are having an issue with, because to be honest, killing enemies for like 1 hour straight is probably not the most engaging thing, but if you put on some nice music and then end up killing the enemies, in my opinion, it's actually been quite fun. This basically concludes today's video. This is still the best farming method for money, as far as I'm aware, so feel free to leave a like and consider subscribing. Also, if you're new to the game and don't understand it, I have a guide on my channel. Feel free to check that one out. The video hasn't done so well so far. Some feedback and things like that would be very much appreciated, so feel free to check that one out. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you, of course, in the next video.